recent sale happening this weekend at Cascarelli's in Homer. We welcome author Michael Spradlin. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, nice to have you here. Well, I was going to call you a children's book author, but you're really not. I mean, you've written for all ages and really a lot of genres.
Everything from picture books to books for adults. Yep.
I was surprised to see that you haven't been at it for that long.
No, I think I started probably about 25 years ago, after I had worked for a while, and it's something that I always wanted to do. I knew that I always wanted to be a writer, but I didn't feel like I had anything to say until I was about 40. So I didn't really give it much effort or thought before that. But then when the time finally came, it came, and I said to myself that, self, you only get to do this once, so you better get cracking.
And you went all in. Everything. Now you've got how many books? How many have you written? Do you even know?
Over 40.
Wow.
Yeah, over 40.
The latest is The Raven Shadow, and what a perfect time for a book with this title to come out at Halloween. This is fiction?
It is fiction.
Historical fiction.
Historical fiction / horror. This is essentially my prequel to Dracula, the novel Dracula. It takes place in Washington, D.C. in the 1820s, and it features a young Abraham Lincoln, a young Edgar Allan Poe, and a young Charles Darwin squaring off against Dracula.
Did they all live in the same era?
No, they come to Washington for different reasons, mainly because it's in 1824, when the book is set, there was a very contentious presidential election. John Quincy Adams defeated Andrew Jackson, and it was the first and so far the only election in America that was thrown into the House of Representatives because no one won the popular vote. And Henry Clay and John Quincy Adams made a deal, and Clay threw his support to Adams so he could take the presidency. Jackson went ballistic. He threatened to coup. He threatened to set up a government in exile out in Tennessee. They had this inauguration coming up. They had no idea what was going to happen. They called out federal troops to patrol the streets because they didn't know what was going to happen because there was just so much division and anger. Sound familiar?
It does. It's like history repeats itself.
Right. And so I thought, well, that's a great setting to bring these three young men together. And Poe is there because he wants to write stories for newspapers, and Lincoln is there because he's interested in politics, and he wants to see the Washington, D.C. before he figures out what he's going to do with his life.
So it's based on truth.
It's based on, yeah, it's real people.
And you'll be at Homer. Let's talk about that because right. You've got something coming up, both Halloween night.
Halloween night at Cascarelli's, and November 1st, the next day, Saturday, at the Homer Public Library.
So you've got really a good draw at Cascarelli's, the pizza.
Yeah, right.
But you'll be the bonus.
I said come for the pizza, stay for the vampires. So. And
you have a connection not only to Cascarelli's and Homer, but to Jackson.
I do. Yep. Growing up there, this was our place that you came for Jacobson's, and we
this
played.
This is a big shopping town.
Yeah, big shopping town. We played, baseball tournaments here. And
did you go to school with Greg Barton?
I did. He was in my class.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Olympic champion.
Yeah, he was an Olympic champion, 2 gold medals in kayaking. He used to drive by my house on the way to Homer Lake every day to practice with his kayak on top of his car.
Wow.
And I thought, man, that's dedication.
And it paid off.
It paid off.
Maybe someday you'll get the gold medal. There are gold medals in book.
I don't know. Probably not for the ones that I write, but we'll see. Who knows?
You've got a collection of books spanning different series. This is not part of a series,
no,
though.
It eventually will be a trilogy.
Okay.
It's the first book in the trilogy.
First one.
Yeah.
All right, but you do have series. You've got
right.
It looks like you're a fan of spiders. You've got a series with spiders in the books.
Yeah, this series is my latest series for middle grade readers. It's called the series is called The Web of the Spider, and it's about the rise of Nazi Germany in the 1920s and 30s, and before the war started, how Hitler was able to keep chipping away at the German society and building his political base year after year after year until he finally was able to tip it over and become chancellor. And then as soon, of course, as he was named chancellor, he murdered everyone and gave himself supreme powers. So the stories are all, there's a different kid in each book, and they all are reacting to what they see around them and what it's doing to their country, what it's doing to their families and their neighbors and their friends, and what they feel like they have the ability to do to try to stop it.
And these are middle school age?
It's a middle school, yep.
You've attracted some really big names and some very complimentary blurbs that are on your book jackets. How do you swing that?
Well, I just have been around a long time, and I know a lot of people, and everyone is really. I think writers are a pretty kind and supportive group, and everybody that you meet, they remember what it was like starting out when you would. When you went to the Walden books and nobody showed up, and so it's everybody that I know. I have some really great friends in the business, and some of them are obviously very big names. Last year at this time, I did an appearance at a library down in Indiana with Julia Quinn of Bridgerton fame, because she and I have known each other for almost 30 years, and she put a day into her tour to stop and do this event with me.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
So we had hundreds of people that came to see her, and they were like, "Oh, who's that guy?"
Oh, and of course, what's so popular among the young readers is Harry Potter, and you've got some, it looks like some books that kind of tie into that theme.
Yeah, I have I don't go too much into the fantasy, to like the dragons and wizard type stuff, but I do have, there's an element of fantasy, or I will say the supernatural, perhaps not supernatural necessarily in a negative way, but or a scary way, but supernatural or extranatural might be a better description. But there's always something a little quartered off from the mainstream of in most of my books, except for I have done straight up historical fiction where it's just telling the story and creating the characters.
Michael, were you an Eagle Scout?
I am an Eagle Scout.
You are an Eagle Scout. Once an Eagle Scout, always an Eagle Scout. And what does that have to do with your writing?
Again, my whole youth and my childhood and young adulthood is really colored by growing up where I grew up in Homer, in a small town. And I think one of the great things about a small town, if you're lucky, is that you have the opportunity to be influenced and guided by a lot of people that you may not necessarily have in a bigger city, in a bigger town where people are running to and fro all the time, and so I had attention paid to me by teachers and coaches, and another very important person in my life, Bob Cascarelli, who hired me to work at Cascarelli.
You worked at Cascarelli,
and I learned so much from him that he didn't even realize he was teaching, at the time, and I didn't realize I was learning. But when you get some perspective and you can look back and say, wow, I really did learn a lot there. And so I think scouting back then, it was, it was something to do in a small town when there weren't a lot of other, opportunities besides, sports. And but I just enjoyed it. I found I enjoyed the achievement aspect of it. Earning badges and earning ranks, and there was like an identifiable and then achievable goal. And And it also gave me a lot of great experiences, you know, backpacking trips to New Mexico and camping trips and just funny stories of, you know, working on a display on building a fire with flint and steel. And one of the guys in our troop, he got the spark going and he picked up the tinder and he blew on it and it like poofed burnt off his eyebrows. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but it was funny. But so it played a big role, I think. And I'm not, you know, I'm proud to say that I'm an Eagle Scout.
Oh, you should be.
And
this Friday and Saturday, you'll have a chance to meet Michael in person and also get a book and get a book signed and get some pizza.
And get some pizza.
And you're supporting the Homer Library.
Homer Public Library, yep.
They'll be getting...
all the proceeds of the sales go to the library.
Oh, cool. Very nice. All right, so that's Friday from 7 till 9, a Raven's Shadow party at Cascarelli's. And then on Saturday at the Homer Public Library, all day long, proceeds from book sales go to the library. Thanks for coming. Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and best wishes on your new book, The Raven's Shadow. Michigan author, Michael Spradlin.